Hi guys, welcome to ValZenDen. My name is Valerie. If you guys haven't been able to tell by the colors that I'm wearing, today I'm going to be showing you guys Lacquer Cherry Coated Trio. I'm going to be showing you guys my comparisons, my swatches, and at the very end I'm going to do a ranking for this trio. So let's see how that goes, and if you're interested in that, just keep watching. Alright, so before we begin showing you guys the nail polishes and all of that, I want to show you guys a couple of things that came in the packaging. Oh my god, one of my favorite things from this collection are the stickers. They are so beautiful. I think these are like one of my favorite stickers that they've released. They are so beautiful. Oh, I love this one. This one's my favorite one, I think. It's so beautiful. It is just like a cherry with a star next to it. I don't know what it is. It's simple, but it's so beautiful. I don't know if they're available still, but if you guys can get your hands on the stickers, oh my god, get them. This one is so cute too. It says Juicy with some lips. And then this one, I also really love this one. It is a 7-ball with a little heart and just like that maroon burgundy kind of color. Alright, next thing I'm going to show you guys is the gorgeous, also one of my favorites, nail tattoos that they came out with. Oh my gosh. I love the packaging, and if you have Lacquer nail tattoos, it is so soft. I love the packaging. If you guys don't know, I do post my first reaction unboxing video. I post it here, I post it on Instagram, TikTok, wherever you guys can find me. And I remember saying that these tattoos reminded me of like Olivia Rodrigo / like vampires. So I stand by that still. I feel like this gives me both. So if you guys have never gotten Lacquer nail tattoos before, which they are so easy to apply. I am not a nail artist at all, but these, oh my god, they are so easy to apply. So if you didn't know, it brings 2 little sheets with all the tattoos. So obviously it's loaded with lips, cherries, hearts, ribbons. I love the color burgundy maroon kind of thing. I love it. One of the cutest nail tattoos, I promise you. And then I am always praising the designs of the boxes and the packaging and everything, and this trio does not fall behind. Look at it. It is so beautiful. I love how it shows like a preview of what you're gonna be getting, and then this is the back with all the names of the polishes. It's so beautiful. I keep all of my packaging, so I need to put them on my wall or something because I have like everything. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the polishes. The first one from the collection is called Cherry Wine. Cherry Wine is described as a deep cherry red polish with a curly finish. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just start off by saying, if you guys are new to this channel, I am not a typical red nail polish kind of girly, but when I saw Cherry Wine, oh my god, it is so freaking gorgeous. If you guys know, Kathleen's favorite nail polish from her company is Cherry Jelly, and this one is literally like the sexy sister, like the sexy older sister. It is so beautiful. It is like the perfect darkness of red, and I love it that it's a jelly. It's so cool because you can layer it up, make it thick, and or you can add like 1 or 2 layers and you're done, and you can see like, you know, the see-through of the jelly. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Okay, if you guys are looking at the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is Red Ribbons. I honestly did not think I would be comparing it to this one, but the moment I saw them two together, I'm like, I have to do it. It's so beautiful. So the biggest difference I see is just the formula. Obviously Red Ribbons is a creme and Cherry Wine is not. And I also think Red Ribbons is a tad bit lighter. I feel like if Red Ribbons was like a little bit darker, it would be very similar to Cherry Wine. The one on my thumb is True Blood. Honestly, I think True Blood is the shimmery version of Cherry Wine. So if you're in love with True Blood, I think you definitely need Cherry Wine. The next one that I compared is Bite Me, and also the same things that I said with True Blood also apply to Bite Me, except I think that Bite Me, it might be a little bit tad more purple toned, and it's like a little bit darker, but they're still all, I feel like, in the same family, and it's just gorgeous. And the last one that I compared it to is Joan, which RIP, we all miss Joan. Joan to me is a little tiny baby bit lighter, but obviously this whole hand is just like in the same realm of burgundy maroon kind of reds. Okay, on the next slide, the first one that I compared it to is As If. Obviously they are very different. They are totally different, but I figured that you guys might want to see them against other real true like bright reds, and I did kind of avoid them a little bit because they are so different, and I always try to show you guys literally the most similar ones that I could find. I just wanted to leave it there, but you guys know that's obviously super different. The one on my thumb is Cubana. So obviously Cubana is more of like a brick burnt red kind of red, so they are very different, but like I said in the other first hand, they're in the same realm of like burnt reds. The next one I compared it to is Lady Marmalade or Marmalade. I never know what it's called. Lady Marmalade is like a deep like brown red, so they are very, very different. I know someone out there might be curious to see what they look like together, but I guarantee you they are super different. And the last one that I compared it to is Lady in Red. Just like As If, it's a lot brighter, but I did want to add brighter reds in here just so you guys can see everything. But yeah, super different. So I did compare these to a lot of the reds that I wanted to, but I still had a bunch that I didn't compare to, so I'm gonna show you guys a couple of bottle comparisons as well. This is next to Follies and Nonsense. This is next to Midnight Train. I wanted to show you guys this so badly, but there was no space and I just felt like other ones belonged next to this. But this one is next to the OG Cherry Jelly. Here it is next to Ace. This is next to Aries. This is next to Ruby. Here it is next to Lucy, or 1952. And this one is next to A Mysterious Affair. Okay, the next one that I have from this collection is called Naughty. Naughty is described as a deep ruby red polish with velvet finish. Oh my god, I love shimmers, so when I saw this one I'm like delicious, and I also love how deep it goes. I think it is so beautiful. This one is different from the other like shimmery reds, I will say, because it is a velvet finish, so I feel like there are medium to small chunks of shimmer, so it does make it look like more velvety opposed to the other ones in my comparisons that I will show you guys. It just looks more like finer shimmers. Okay, if you're seeing the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is True Blood. I automatically knew I was gonna compare it to the shimmery, deep, dark reds that we have in Lacquer, so True Blood is gonna be one of them. I still don't think they are that similar, just because True Blood is a lot darker and I feel like it might be a tiny bit more like purple toned. And also, like I said, the shimmers are way different because Naughty's shimmers are very fine, so it does give it that velvet effect to it. The next one on my thumb is Joan. I love Joan. This one also, the same thing applies to what I said about True Blood. I feel like it is a tad bit more like darker purple toned, even though it's not, but compared to Naughty it does kind of look like that. And also the shimmers are way larger. The next one that I compared it to is Bite Me, which was the other one that I was definitely gonna compare this to. But that one is even more dark and more purpley than True Blood and Joan, so it is a lot different than those other two. And the last one that I compared it to is Red Ribbons. That one is actually really similar, even with the glitter ones. I feel like the undertone is very similar to Red Ribbons. Okay, so on the next slide, the first one that I compared it to is As If. Just like in the cherry one, I did want to show you guys like true creme reds, so this is one of them. But they are obviously completely different. You guys can see how much darker Naughty is, and obviously the shimmer is the biggest difference. And on my thumb is Ace, so everything that I just said about As If applies to Ace, even though I feel like Ace is like a tiny bit more similar because it is a little bit more cool toned. The next one is Midnight Train. I definitely wanted to put this one here because I think it falls under the red category, but it is very like purple leaning, and this whole collection has like a red purpley kind of undertone, so I definitely wanted to put it here. But you guys can see you have nothing to worry about. They are super different. Obviously Midnight Train is a lot more purpley. And last but not least, I for sure needed to put this one in the comparison because this is like the OG shimmery red, but to my surprise they are so different. I honestly thought they would be a little bit more similar, but Lucy surprised me how orange it looks compared to Naughty, so that's why I put her all the way at the end, because I'm like, this is the least similar one to my surprise. But they do have like that same velvet finish, I will say. Lucy does seem like the more happy, like bright version of like this kind of polish. So if you're trying to do something like not so bright for Christmas, let's say, I think Naughty would be amazing. So the same thing goes with Cherry Wine. I did a lot of the reds that I wanted to, so this bottle comparison won't take too long. The first one I have here is Lady in Red. This is next to Cubana. Here it is next to Aries. This is By the Fireplace. And lastly, I wanted to put it next to Cherry Jelly. Okay, so the last polish I have for this collection is called Mon Cherie. Mon Cherie is described as a deep oxblood red polish with a creme finish. I have no idea what oxblood is. If anybody would like to enlighten me down in the comments, let me know. Sounds fancy, I don't know, but I have no idea. I've never heard that before in my life. So this is the deepest shade of the collection. Obviously she is stunning, gorgeous, juicy, sexy, everything. This one definitely leads more to the brown, purple kind of red in its deepest form. So maybe that's what oxblood means. I don't know. Okay, so if you guys are seeing the comparisons, the first one that I compared it to is Lady Marmalade or Marmalade. Please forgive me. This one is the most similar to this polish. I know a lot of you guys were saying that they were almost identical, and I do agree in that sense. Like, to me, the biggest difference between Lady Marmalade and Mon Cherie, I feel like Lady Marmalade is a lot more brown toned, but I do feel like they are both the same type of like tone of color. So maybe that's what's throwing people off a lot. To me, also, Lady Marmalade is a little bit more red toned and Mon Cherie is more purpley. I will admit it is very, very similar. The one in my thumb is Ruby, R.I.P. Ruby. We always remember you. I feel like that one is very, very similar as well. Like the base color of the polish, super similar. Like if you remove the shards of Ruby on it, I feel like it would be almost identical. The next one is Espresso. Obviously Espresso is way more brown chocolatey toned, but it is similar enough that I knew you guys would want me to put it here. And the last one that I compared it to is Scorpioops. Scorpioops is a very, very deep red purple polish, and sometimes when I do the comparisons I feel like you don't really see how purpley red it is, but it really, really is, trust me. To a certain extent I don't think they're similar just because Scorpioops is literally like a purple red black kind of color and Mon Cherie is just like a reddish brown kind of red. Okay, so on the next slide, the first one that I compared it to is Brownie. Brownie to me is a lot more cool toned, but I feel like they are both the same kind of tone of like dark, deep polish. The one on my thumb is Donatello. Donatello is almost like a crelly kind of polish, but even though I feel like the tones of browns are super, super different. The next one that I compared it to is Bite Me. This is like the darkest like shimmery red we have, so I definitely wanted to put it here so you guys can see the difference, how much more like brown Mon Cherie leans towards. And the last one that I compared it to is Midnight Train, which I feel like this was the original polish that I did want to compare it to, but to my surprise they are so, so different. You guys can obviously tell how much Midnight Train is so much more red, like burgundy, than Mon Cherie. Alright, for this one I do have a couple of bottle comparisons, so let's get started. This is next to Folies and Nonsense. This is next to True Blood. This is next to Joan. This is next to Aliana, which I think it's called Tiramisu. This is next to Mrs. Bennet. Here it is next to Speakeasy for me. And lastly, I wanted to put it next to Maple Street. Okay, so the moment has come for the ranking, and like it was a little easy but not really because I love my 1 and 2. So with that being said, I always say this in the video, my last place is the one that I would typically reach for the least, not because I hate it, absolutely despise it, I just like in my natural habitat I would reach for it the least. Okay, just keep that in mind. Okay, so my last place is gonna have to go to Mon Cherie. Like I said, compared to the rest of the trio, this is the one that I would typically least likely reach to if you give me the options out of all the 3 of them. It is a very cool shade. I feel like this is such a fall polish, so I know a lot of you guys are gonna be rocking this shade, but to me, I like the other 2 a little bit better. My number 2, it's kind of a surprise because I would have typically on any given day put this as my number 1, but there's just something about my number 1 that I just couldn't help myself. So my number 2 is actually gonna be Naughty, which is crazy because I am a shimmer girl forever. And this one is so stunning. I love how dark of a red it is because since we already had Lucy or 1952, I feel like this definitely, we needed something like this. So I am very excited. I might just wear it for Christmas, who knows? Well, depends on the Christmas collection, we'll see. And my number 1, the most beautiful one out of the collection, in my opinion, Cherry Wine. There's just something about this polish. The moment I swatched it, I'm like, this is like a hot girl polish. Like, oh my god. It is so, so good. I love it that it's like a crelly kind of finish. You can see through it, but you can like make it super thick if you wanted to. I just know that this is like probably the most popular one from this collection, and rightfully so, because she is stunning. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I always have to thank you guys so much for using my code during launch day. It means the world to me, and you guys have no idea how much I appreciate you guys. If you didn't know, I do have an affiliate code with Lacquer. It is ValZenDen10. I also have a link and I will leave it down below. And once again, thank you guys so much, Lacquer. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like and please subscribe. I am almost to 1,000 subscribers. It is right there, so close. So please help me out if you can. And also let me know what your ranking is. I hope you guys have an amazing week or weekend. I love you guys so, so much. Thank you for everything you do for me, and I will see you guys on the next one.